Hi, welcome to my channel C4 Mania. Today we're learning about the HTTP request node in n8n. It's a powerful node that lets you send GET, POST, PUT, or delete requests to any API and connect n8n with external services. Now drag in the HTTP request node and open it. Here you can enter the API URL. Now let's try using some online tool for Mock API and test the HTTP request node. I have used Mockapy free online tool you can use as it's your own choice. Create the account and create project. I have created with name n8n and it will provide the base URL. Now you can create your endpoints. By clicking on New Resource, you can follow the guided steps to add or remove fields in the schema. The updated schema will then be returned in the JSON response. Click Create and your endpoints will be generated. On the dashboard, you'll see a list of all created endpoints. The best part is you can populate them with dummy data for testing with just one click. Hover the cursor here and you see the number. It's telling how many dummy records you can add. Now open the API endpoint and see the JSON response of the endpoints. Go back to the n8n request node. I am using the employee's endpoint. You can use yours which you made recently. Now execute workflow to test it. See the output JSON. It's returning all the records. Next, I'll walk you through how to connect with Google Sheets and fetch the employee data that needs to be added through an API call. Simply link your trigger point to Google Sheets. Select relevant Google Sheet account and sheet that as employee's data. This sheet contains employee data along with a status column. If an employee is added successfully, the status will be set to true. Otherwise, it will remain false. Now execute the step and review the output. Next, add a code node to filter the results. For example, if some employees are already added, we can skip them by checking the status column. Now, add a POST HTTP request to send the employee data for insertion. Add the relevant request headers and body parameters. If authentication is required, select the bearer token option. In the request body, use the payload coming from the previous node by choosing the appropriate expression. There are additional options available, such as pagination and including response headers and status in the output. By default, these are not enabled. You'll need to enable them, since we need to check the request success or failure status in order to update the sheet accordingly. Now execute the step and review the output. Next, update the status in the sheet by adding an if node to check the request status. Use the syntax as it is. If you're familiar, you can apply the parsent method to check for the 201 status, which indicates that the record was created successfully. The next step is to connect to Google Sheets and follow the instructions shown in the video. An important step here is to select the correct Google Sheet under the Document section and specify the correct sheet name. The column to match on setting is critical. This is the mapping column that n8n will use to determine which request corresponds to which status. In my case, this column is payload. Finally, for the status column, assign the value true, or any other value that you want to add. Now execute the step and review the output.